When we were filming Shogun, we were just making another show. We had no idea what was going to happen. We were more concerned with finishing it. No one was looking ahead. No one was saying, oh boy, when this goes on the air. Nobody even thought about that. It was a mad race to finish this show. Be the first people to ever make a 12-hour show in Japan. And I believe we still are. We still hold that record. I don't think anyone else has ever done it.
When it first aired, the whole country stopped. The movie theaters lost tons of money and restaurants lost tons of money because everybody rushed home to watch it, especially after the first night when the word got out that this was really interesting.
I think a lot of people were surprised that Shogun had the audience that it did, and it really built. I think if you look back at the ratings, the audience has just got bigger and bigger and bigger. Word of mouth just caught on like wildfire.
We were stunned at the ratings. We never expected it to be that successful. We never did. I think the numbers were so high that NBC couldn't really think about anything else for a moment.
The other thing is that all these American men fell in love with Mariko. There probably was a lot more Japanese brides after Shogun than you could imagine.
I think Shogun gave the American audience a glimpse at the Japanese heritage, which I don't think anybody had much knowledge of in this country. I don't know if it told the American audience as much about contemporary Japan, but we certainly found out where they came from.
The Shogun definitely did have an educational effect on America, educating us about Japan in a most wonderful, interesting way. And I'm sure some of it stuck because we're still frequenting Japanese restaurants and eating tons of sushi, which we didn't do before.
I still think about when I see all of these Japanese restaurants and sushi shops, and I keep saying, I had something to do with that. I had something to do with their being there.
The last night of that the show aired, my wife and I were having a little party at our house and invited some friends over to see the final episode, and we decided to serve Japanese food. So we had it catered from a Japanese restaurant. And when my wife went to pick up the sushi at the restaurant was empty. And the man explained to my wife he hadn't done any business in a week and a half because anybody who had any interest in Japan hadn't left the house.
I felt from the very beginning that Shogun was very special, and that it was an extremely special opportunity for me as an actor. Special is an inadequate word for the way I felt about it. It was everything to me.
I think it's actually a masterpiece, to be honest with you. And a great and complex work and an extraordinary recension of a wonderful period of Japanese history.
We didn't know it at the time, but history has shown us that it was the most successful show that we did. And for me, personally, it was the only show I ever did without any interference from the studio or from the network.
I was very proud of the fact that by the time we finished that picture, I could have taken that multinational crew and gone anywhere and done anybody's picture. And I was very proud of that.
It was based on a fabulous book, one of the best books I've ever read. I think we delivered the book on film.
I don't think that the American public knew anything about medieval Japan, about 1600 Japan, or about Japanese history prior to 1941. So it was a new world. We brought a new world to television.